We have 40 million reasons for failure, but not a single excuse. We are the opening verse of the opening page of the chapter of endless possibilities. An ounce of demonstration is worth a ton of theory. He who faces no calamity gains no courage. If you want something and don't get it, there are only two reasons. You either really didn't want it, or you tried to bargain over the price. Gardens are not made by singing, "Oh, how beautiful," and sitting in the shade. I have written the tale of our life for a sheltered people's mirth, in jesting guise. But ye are wise, and ye know what the jest is worth. Never look backwards, or you'll fall down the stairs. He became an officer and a gentleman, which is an enviable thing. I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what, and why, and when, and how, and where, and who. Words are, of course, the most powerful drug used by mankind. I always prefer to believe the best of everybody. It saves so much trouble. If history were taught in the form of stories, it would never be forgotten. If you can keep your wits about you while all others are losing theirs and blaming you, the world will be yours and everything in it. What's more, you'll be a man, my son. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. We're all islands shouting lies to each other across seas of misunderstanding. A man can never have too much red wine, too many books, or too much ammunition. Of all the liars in the world, sometimes the worst are our own fears. A woman's guess is much more accurate than a man's certainty. He wrapped himself in quotations, as a beggar would enfold himself in the purple of emperors. I never made a mistake in my life. At least, never one that I couldn't explain away afterwards. A man's mind is wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen sitting in a tower. Heaven grant us patience with a man in love. All the people like us are we, and everyone else is they. Take everything you like seriously, except yourselves. If a man can hear the truth, he's spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. A person always ends by resembling its shadow. All things considered, there are only 2 kinds of men in the world: those that stay at home, and those that do not. Borrow trouble for yourself, if that's your nature, but don't lend it to your neighbors. Everyone is more or less mad on one point. If you give someone more than they can do, they will do it. If you give them only what they can do, they will do nothing. My heart is so tired. This is a brief life, but in its brevity, it offers us some splendid moments, some meaningful adventures. If you hit a pony over the nose at the outset of your acquaintance, he may not love you, but he will take a deep interest in your movements ever afterwards. Follow the dream, and always the dream, and only the dream. You must learn to forgive a man when he's in love. He's always a nuisance. Thou art of the jungle, and not of the jungle, and I am only a black panther. But I love thee, little brother. And when your back stops aching, and your hands begin to harden, you will find yourself a partner in the glory of the garden. If you can force your heart, and nerve, and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. He travels the fastest who travels alone. A woman is only a woman, but a good cigar is a smoke. If I were damned of body and soul, I know whose prayers would make me whole, mother o' mine. O mother o' mine. God could not be everywhere, and therefore he made mothers. The silliest woman can manage a clever man, but it needs a very clever woman to manage a fool. An ounce of mother is worth a pound of clergy, for the female of the species is more deadly than the male. If I were hanged on the highest hill, mother o' mine, O mother o' mine, I know whose love would follow me still, mother o' mine, O mother o' mine. She is intensely human, and lives to look upon life. 4 things greater than all things are women, and horses, and power, and war. Daughter, am I in my mother's house, but mistress in my own. What is a woman that you forsake her, and the hearth fire, and the homemaker, to go with the old gray widowmaker? You sometimes see a woman who would have made a Joan of Arc in another century and climate, threshing herself to pieces over all the mean worry of housekeeping. I've a neater, sweeter maiden in a cleaner, greener land. Being kissed by a man who didn't wax his moustache was like eating an egg without salt. But till we are built like angels with hammer and chisel and pen, we will work for ourself and a woman, forever and ever. Amen. Buy a pup, and your money will buy love unflinching that cannot lie. More men are killed by overwork than the importance of the world justifies. Too much work and too much energy kill a man just as effectively as too much assorted vice or too much drink. When a man does good work out of all proportion to his pay, in 7 cases out of 9, there is a woman at the back of the virtue. The 2 exceptions must have suffered from sunstroke. Beware of over-concern for money, or position, or glory. Someday, you will meet a man who cares for none of these things. Then, you will know how poor you are. All the money in the world is no use to a man or his country if he spends it as fast as he makes it. All he has left is his bills, and the reputation for being a fool. Enough work to do, and strong enough to do the work. Most amusements only mean trying to win another person's money. The world is very lovely, and it's very horrible, and it doesn't care about your life, or mine, or anything else. They are fools who kiss and tell. Wisely has the poet sung, man may hold all sorts of posts if he'll only hold his tongue. There's no jealousy in the grave. Ye may kill for yourselves, and your mates, and your cubs as they need. And ye can, but kill not for pleasure of killing, and 7 times never kill man. No printed word, nor spoken plea can teach young minds what they should be. Not all the books on all the shelves, but what the teachers are themselves. Be slow to judge, for we know little of what has been done, and nothing of what has been resisted. A brave heart and a courteous tongue, they shall carry thee far through the jungle. Manling. Teach us delight in simple things, and mirth that has no bitter springs. Meddling with another man's folly is always thankless work. If you do not get what you want, it is a sure sign that you did not seriously want it. He who can reach a child's heart can reach the world's heart. He will be our friend for always, and always, and always. For the sin they do by 2 and 2, they must pay for 1 by 1. There is no sin so great as ignorance. Remember this. I have my own matches and sulfur, and I'll make my own hell. Something I owe to the soil that grew, more to the life that fed, but most to Allah who gave me 2 separate sides to my head. We be of one blood, ye and I. What is the law of the jungle? Strike first, and then give tongue. When your daemon is in charge, do not try to think consciously. Drift, wait, and obey. An angry skipper makes an unhappy crew. Of all said words of tongue and pen, the saddest are these it might have been. If you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise.